Hi, my name is Bear, and let's start with Outward Definitive Edition. This is an open-world survival game with Souls-like combat mechanics. In this edition you will find both DLCs, new weapons, dungeons, and also several life quality improvements. The game has only a mostly positive review score on Steam, but it doesn't do the justice. Most people who are giving a dislike spend 40 to 60 hours in-game, and that honestly looks like some kind of masochism. If you don't like the game, just don't play it. Like Warren Buffett once said, always take the easy road and you will get there first. Anyway, Outward is like Skyrim and Dark Souls had a weird hybrid baby, and instead of abortion, this time they decided to keep it. If you like both games, why not? Outward has some problems, but in general it is a nice game. Creepy Tale. This is a hand-drawn short adventure game with creepy and at the same time lovely illustrations. Here suddenly everything turns into horror and drags you into a series of terrible events. Your brother has been kidnapped and you are left face to face with an ominous forest filled with dangers and strange creatures. You will have to solve the puzzles that you meet on the way. Do not let yourself be caught and save your brother. Also find out the dark story that befell the once calm and peaceful forest, turning it into a creepy place filled with evil. And by saying evil, I don't mean pineapple on pizza or in potato salad level of evil. Nothing is that evil. People are saying that this game is charming and will suffice as a bedtime story before you sleep. It's only 2.5 hours long, in other words, short enough to keep your attention the whole time. Batman: Arkham Origins. Although it was the third Arkham game, it is the first one story-wise. Taking place before the rise of Gotham City's most dangerous criminals, the game showcases a young and unrefined Batman. He faces a defining moment in his early career as a crime fighter that sets his path to becoming the Dark Knight. The game features a pivotal tale set on Christmas Eve, where Batman is hunted by 8 of the deadliest assassins from the DC Comics universe. You will become a rookie Batman as he encounters for the first time many of the characters that shape his future. He will find a case file system that allows you to analyze seemingly impossible to solve crime reconstructions in real time. Combining Batman's sensors with a Batcomputer, you can digitally recreate crimes and study detailed simulation of the act as it happened. So it can sound weird, but this is a detective game. But you are not only an investigator. Oh no, you are the justice itself. Don't Starve Together. In this open-world survival game you will discover and explore a massive, procedurally generated and biome-rich world with countless resources and threats. Whether you stick to the surface world, go spelunking in the caves, dive deeper into the ancient archive, or set sail for the lunar islands, it will be a long time before you run out of things to do. Here everything from seasonal bosses, wandering menaces, lurking shadow creatures, and plenty of flora and fauna is ready to turn you into a spooky ghost. Besides fighting and adventuring, you will plow fields and sow seeds to grow the farm of your dreams. Tend to your crops to help your fellow survivors stay fed and ready for the challenges to come. Or, you know, starve together if you are like me. For example, once I tried to grow a watermelon in real life. It took me 2 years for this plant to blossom, and then in the next 6 months I managed to finally grow a real watermelon fruit. My fully ripe watermelon is near a quince and a small teaspoon, so it's good that I am a YouTuber and not a farmer. Anyway, you can play the game alone or with friends. Online and LAN PvP and co-op gameplay is available. Halo: The Master Chief Collection. This iconic release includes 6 games built for PC and collected in a single integrated experience. Whether you are a longtime fan or meeting Spartans for the first time, the Master Chief Collection is the place for you to start or to continue your Halo gaming experience. People on Steam are affirming that this is the best way to play Halo nowadays. If you want the best quality Halo experience, play this version over Halo Infinite. The latter is free, but as for now it has a bit too many problems. Although updates are constant and it may become a serious game after all in the future. Like, you can still become an outstanding penis doctor if you try your best. Well, probably not, but don't lose your hope. So the Master Chief Collection will give you the best experience possible. The games are action-infused, but the franchise also has a large storyline and are among the best story-heavy FPS games ever released. Terraria. The game is way more than just a flat version of Minecraft. Terraria is so much more beautiful, with more special effects and more dynamic fights. You can craft hundreds of items, build houses or even castles in any form you desire. Yes, even in that one you are thinking about.
Castle of Boob?
Yes, the Castle of Boob. You'll have to survive dangerous nights, defeat waves of enemies and dig down below to encounter some unspeakable horrors. Yeah, really, some of them are really difficult to describe. Although don't play it alone, play it with your wife, brother, friend or mother-in-law. You will enhance the experience many times. The game has overwhelmingly positive reviews, everyone likes it. Deep Rock Galactic. This is a 1 to 4 players first-person shooter featuring badass space dwarfs and 100% destructible environments. Here you can play alone or work together with other players as a team to dig, explore and fight your way through a massive cave system filled with hordes of deadly enemies and valuable resources. Pick some powerful guns like flamethrowers, Gatling guns, portable platform launchers, and show those puny aliens who's the boss. Dwarfs may be small, but they are really powerful. We in Lithuania have a saying,
Neugis or smugis.
Meaning not the size, but the punch is what really matters. And your punch is really, you know, probably weak in real world, but really impactful for the alien population in these dangerous caves. People on Steam are talking that there is no reason not to play this game, and I have to agree. Show those monsters the true meaning of extinction.
Rock and stone, baby.
Subnautica. When I first tried to play Subnautica, I had some mixed feelings. I don't really like to craft things in games. Well, I do, but only when it's not the main way to obtain things in general. And all that coral and fish gathering was really boring for me. I wanted to explore, and the game prevented me from doing that because I had no means of diving into the depths, and if I tried, I always died. So for me it took about 2 actual years to get all the equipment I needed for exploring. I can only imagine that some kid can do that in a day or so, but that's not the way for me. I got bored really quickly every time I turned the game on. But that boredom was eradicated one day when I found some really interesting things deep below that, you know, I couldn't reach. So I finally understood why this game was so hard to play for me. It gave me no motivation to proceed. And then when I finally found one, Subnautica transformed into a beautiful world. So addicting that in a week I spent more time here than in the past 2 years. And I continue to do that for weeks to come. So for all the new players, just carry on with that boring part and you will be rewarded. I can without a doubt say that this game is 10 coldest beers out of 10. You have all my recommendations. Although keep in mind that even if it looks so colorful and pretty, it has a lot of horror elements and is not meant for kids. Rain World. Here you are a slug cat. The world around you is full of danger and you must face it alone. Separated from your family in a devastating flood, you must hunt for food and shelter between terrifying torrential flows that threaten to drown all life. So you dream about being not a slug cat but a fish cat instead, but here your dreams, just like in real life, never become a reality. You will climb through the ruins of an ancient civilization, evade the jaws of vicious predators, and discover lands teeming with strange creatures and buried mysteries. And of course, find your family before death finds you. And it would be all nice and all, but I can see a Souls-like among the tags of the game. So be assured, we absolutely 100% guarantee that death will find you. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not, well, you know what I mean. People on Steam are talking that Rain World has a very steep learning curve, but once you've mastered it, you start to feel unstoppable. Also, about 90% of positive review score is not a joke. Borderlands 3. You blast through weird worlds and enemies as one of 4 world hunters, the ultimate treasure-seeking badasses of the Borderlands, each with deep skill trees, abilities and customization. So in this looter-shooter RPG you will play solo or join the battle with friends to take on an epic enemies, score loads of loot and save your home from the most ruthless cult leaders in the galaxy. With bazillions of guns and gadgets, every fight is an opportunity to score new gear, and that gear is more than crazy. Firearms with self-propelling bullet shields? Check. Rifles that spawn fire-spewing volcanoes? Obviously. Guns that grow legs and chase down enemies while cursing? Yeah, got that too. On Steam, Borderlands 3 is an owner of very positive reviews, so it's a no-brainer if you like shoot and loot. Just grab the game and be happy. Make your enemies unhappy by making them die. Noita. This is the game which will allow you to dive straight into adventure without sinking many hours preparing for battle. Noita is a magical action roguelite game set in a world where every pixel is physically simulated. Here you'll fight, explore, melt, burn, freeze and evaporate your way through the procedurally generated world using spells you created by yourself. So,
Fitus delitus
and
vodcus autos optinus eros
is an option at last. You will explore a variety of environments ranging from coal mines to freezing wastelands while delving deeper in search for unknown mysteries and use your magic to crush your enemies and manipulate the world around you. The game is really fun and is a rare owner of overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. That alone should put this game onto your radar. Warhammer Vermintide 2. This is a 4-player co-op action game where you can control one of 5 heroes and fight the combined forces of a ruinous chaos army and the swarming Skaven horde. The only thing standing between utter defeat and victory is you and your allies. If you fall, so will the Empire. So it's fair to say that the Empire is probably doomed and it's your fault. Well, at least in the beginning, when you are not accustomed to the gameplay and controls. So here you can choose between 5 different characters, each with 3 branching careers to master. You will also find ladders of different difficulty, from puny and lame recruit to more respectful veteran and champion, and finally a legend. Also 15 talent trees and more than 50 various types of powerful weapons won't let you get bored, that's for sure. Inscryption. This is a card-based odyssey that blends the deck-building roguelike, escape room-style puzzles, and psychological horror into a well-mixed Bloody Mary. You'll acquire a deck of woodland creature cards by draft, surgery, and self-mutilation, unlock the secrets lurking behind the walls of a mysterious cabin, and embark on an unexpected and deeply disturbing adventure. So don't play this game with your little kids or something. Anyway, overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam are well-deserved. This game is a real gem. Also, if you are in doubt, you can play the free demo version. Control Ultimate Edition. A corruptive presence has invaded the Federal Bureau of Control, and only you have the power to stop it. The world around you is now your weapon in an epic fight to annihilate an ominous enemy across the deep and unpredictable environments. Containment has failed, humanity is at stake, so it's time to kick some paranormal ass. SCP vibes are really strong here. To be fair, this game feels like you are in a dream all the time. Well, nightmare to be exact, because everything is changing all the time and not for good. The game is not scary, but it's ominous, that's for sure. People on Steam are saying that the story is very good, the game itself is out of the ordinary and it has some really cool puzzles to solve. So a bit of everything for everyone. Dome Keeper. The discount is not very high, but the game is very affordable anyway. People behind the project are not greedy. Dome Keeper has about 90% of positive reviews, so it is obviously a hidden gem you may want to try. Well, a nice polished rock at least. This is a roguelike survival miner where you will defend your dome from wave after wave of monsters. You will use the time between each attack to dig beneath the surface and search of valuable resources and artifacts, and use them carefully to choose powerful upgrades and bonuses. People on Steam are talking that the game is very polished, rich and imaginative. It's all you need for your free time. Well, this and potato salad. Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. You'll become a mighty Inquisitor and carry out the Emperor's will. Choose one of the multiple classes and take part in brutal combat encounters. Embark on a huge variety of missions with your fellow agents and fight through a single-player story campaign. It is set in a haunted fortress monastery which hides a terrible secret from the past of the Inquisition. Yeah, they probably have put pineapple into potato salad. In general, this is a very nice game, but keep in mind that it is best played with a gamepad, because playing with keyboard and mouse is really not as comfortable. Although some people could argue about that, because there are many gamers in both gamepad and keyboard camps. Although let's be fair, gamepad camp is way bigger, and the gameplay, the main thing of every game, is highly addictive. It will burn tens or even hundreds of your hours even quicker than alcohol does. People on Steam are saying that this game is a no-brainer for those who like Diablo. It's basically the same, just in Warhammer universe. Northgard. This is an RTS game based on Norse mythology in which you play as a clan of Vikings vying for the control of mysterious newfound continent. In this simple strategy game you will find lots of victory conditions, atmospheric music, changing seasons and, as you can see, pretty nice art design. Also, the game has a decent campaign with a pretty good story. Sadly, as I've mentioned many times before, Northgard's AI is cheating with infinite resources and manpower, meaning that developers couldn't create really good intelligence that could win against humans on its own. Well, I know that many strategy games do not have strong AIs, but they at least try. But you never know, maybe developers were AI geniuses, but they were afraid of accidentally making Skynet. You know, being accused of making a bad AI is one thing, but being responsible for a robot uprising that destroyed human civilization? Yeah, you know, better safe than sorry. Nevertheless, Northgard is a good RTS game for a few days, or maybe more. Maybe you will fall in love with it, you know, like tapeworm falls in love with your guts. Far Cry 4. Travel to Himalayas into the fictional country of Kyrat, and of course try to overthrow the oppressive regime of the dictator in the process, because you know that's what we do, right? Casually traveling around the world, drinking piñatas, and then boom, you are the leader of some separatist movement in the country that you have never even heard of before. And yes, I know what piñata is, I'm just trolling you. Of course, Far Cry 4 is not the newest title of the franchise, but it is still a great game with a great price. The world of Far Cry is really impressive and alive, with terrain spanning from lush forests to the snow-capped Himalayas. The entire world is teeming with life and deadly encounters. Leopards, rhinos, black eagles and vicious honey badgers. This is a home of untouched wildlife, so every time as you embark on your hunt for resources, know that something may be hunting you as well.
A Little Nightmares.
This is one of the best side-scrolling games I have ever played. Its dark and vicious atmosphere, strange creatures and grotesque world kept my attention for many hours. You'll help the protagonist to escape the Maw, a vast, mysterious vessel inhabited by scary corrupted souls looking for their next meal. Not as scary as pineapple in the potato salad, but still kinda terrifying. As you progress on your journey, you explore the most disturbing dollhouse playground full of secrets to discover. You'll reconnect with your inner child to unleash your imagination and find the way out. Creepy vibes guaranteed. Untitled Goose game. Ever wanted to be an evil goose? No? Well, you should, because you can be a menace to society, not only being human that you are. Here you'll make your way around town, setting up ranks, stealing hats, honking a lot, and generally ruining everyone's day. This is a nice and funny puzzle game. And also, if you ever feel alone, you can play co-op with your mother-in-law, and that's how there will be 2 evil geese. The more the merrier, right? If you love making people suffer, this game is definitely for you. And now, thank you for watching, and don't forget that in my channel you can find hundreds of videos like that with new ones released almost every day. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.